you come in contact with certain energies, whether that be in your workplace, your neighborhood, your environment, family dynamics, friendship groups, whatever it is, that is used to operate in certain type of ways that you own outgrow, but sometimes you feel like you get pulled back into those type of energies. um, the message is perceive things for what it is. You won't outgrow that type of identity loop, and allowing yourself just to be the observer, not to get pulled back into those vibrations, those energies that you won't outgrow. You don't want to judge it. You don't want to put labels on it, because sometimes when you properly interact with those energies, it might pull you into an argument or disagreements or whatever it may be. And then it might cause you to get, ruffled up about it, because now you won't entangle with those type of energies again, and it allowed you to become in those vibrations. When you can perceive things for what it is, and know that even if you're not in the area of those energies, know that those energies still exist until those people choose to do the inner work. All right? So, when you can perceive it for what it is, and know that, and not judge, and know that that's how those energies operate within that person, then you can kind of see where how far you on grown in the situation, because you probably will used to interact and engage and entangle yourself in those energies by, like I said, arguing or wanting to know the Pacific tea on things that, you know, was lower vibrations. You can come and how you've grown out of certain situations and dynamics. I'm sure you had a Pacific thing where now you can look back and be like, oh, I remember when I used to speak about this, react this way, hang with these type of energies, do these different type of things. And those things are still going on, even though you won't did the inner work, you won't removed yourself from those type of ways of doing things in life. Now you can sit back and see the bigger picture, and see how you was once probably wrapped up in those type of energies. And now you can observe and be aware throughout life whenever those type of energies come around wherever you go, and you know not to get entangled in them, because the more you have this awareness of perceiving it for what it is, not judging it, but allowing yourself to, you are farther along probably in your journey than other people. Don't mean that you have to judge them for still being wrapped up in those type of situations and conversations and ways of living and operating in their life. And it's not for you to try to fix them, Try to tell them what they need to do. Nothing like that. That's their journey. Now it's a different story if those people ask you like, wow, I see you on did the work. I see, you used to engage in this and do these type of things. And I notice that you don't do that no more. Was you able to come from out of this situation? How was you able to overcome this? Now, if these people asking you those type of questions and you feel free to share how you all overcame and maneuvered through those type of energies and situations, then yeah, so be it. But just observe, because I know, like, if you are in a situation where you kind of like have no choice but to be around those type of energies, like in your workplace or family situations, every time you go around certain people, certain things you encounter, and you have to remember to have your awareness at the forefront to make sure that those type of energies, when you are in close proximity with them, they don't trigger you into going back to the old way of doing things. You respond differently. You don't allow yourself to get entangled with it. You don't allow yourself to be triggered by it. You don't allow yourself to judge. You don't allow yourself to absorb it and internalize whatever the energy is trying to provoke in you. But you can, kind of like in a movie theater, you sit back with your popcorn and you the observer of what's playing out on the screen. And you get to choose in that very moment how you choose to show up. Are you going to fall back in the old identity loop? Or are you going to make the choices, decisions, have the thoughts and the actions of the person that you're continuously becoming? That's growth, my friend. That's huge. People gonna ask you, how did you do that? How did you overcome it? And you got some people who might be triggered by it, don't want to do the inner work. Every time you show up, you remind them of the work they refuse to do within themselves. So that causes them to try to provoke you and coming back on the other side where you used to be, you know. Life is very interesting. And when you can really, really become more in tune with yourself and understand how you operate and what is it within you that can be refined more along your journey to have you to continue to live the peaceful, happy, blessed life you deserve, my friend. Have a magnificent day. Bye.